My family planned their annual reunion at my house without asking. When they showed up, they got the shock of their lives. My family has used my house as their personal event venue for years without paying or helping. When they announced they'd planned this year's 40-person family reunion at my place, I had news for them. I sold the house 3 months ago and moved across the country. My name is Rachel, and I'm 35. For the past 8 years, my family has treated my 4-bedroom house like their private event space. Every birthday, holiday, graduation, and celebration somehow ends up being hosted at my place because I have the most room and live in a central location. When I bought the house at 27, I was excited to host family gatherings. The first few events were fun, and I enjoyed bringing everyone together. But what started as occasional family dinners quickly escalated into constant demands for my time, space, and money. My parents would call and announce they were bringing 20 people over for Sunday dinner. My sister would show up with her kids' entire soccer team for birthday parties. My brother would invite his in-laws for holidays, assuming I'd cook for everyone and clean up afterward. The expectations grew every year. I was expected to provide all the food, decorations, and entertainment while family members showed up empty-handed and left me with hours of cleanup. When I suggested potluck style or asked for help with costs, they'd act hurt and say family should support family. Last year's Christmas was the breaking point. My aunt announced she was hosting her daughter's engagement party at my house without asking me first. 50 people showed up expecting a full bar and catered food. I spent $3,000 of my own money and 3 days preparing. After the party, my house was destroyed. Red wine stains on my carpet, broken glassware, food ground into my hardwood floors. My aunt left without helping clean, saying she was too tired. The engaged couple posted photos thanking everyone who made this magical evening possible, but didn't mention me. When I brought up the damage and expenses, my family said I was being petty. They pointed out that I make good money and don't have kids, so I could afford it. They said hosting events was my contribution to the family, like how others contribute their time or skills. I started setting boundaries by asking family members to contribute to costs and help with setup and cleanup. The response was immediate and ugly. I was called selfish, ungrateful, and materialistic. My parents said I was forgetting what family means and becoming too focused on money. The final straw came 6 months ago when my mother called to inform me that she'd already sent invitations for this year's big family reunion. 40 relatives were invited for a 3-day weekend at my house. She'd promised everyone free lodging, meals, and entertainment. When I said I couldn't host 40 people for 3 days, my mother got angry. She said the invitations were already sent, people had booked time off work, and it was too late to change plans. She expected me to figure out how to make it work, because that's what responsible family members do. My sister chimed in with the same guilt trip. She said her kids were already excited about spending the weekend at my house, and I couldn't disappoint them. My brother said I was being dramatic, and that family should always come first, even if it's inconvenient. That conversation made me realize my family saw me as a free resource rather than a person with my own needs and limits. They felt entitled to my home, money, and time without offering anything in return except criticism when I didn't meet their expectations. I made a decision that changed everything. 3 months ago, I listed my house for sale and accepted a job offer in Seattle. I sold the house within 2 weeks to a cash buyer. Full story link below.